Welcome to Nickels Better Together, a program for healthy teams and facilities. Today we will be talking about personal protective equipment. The Nickels Better Together program is a continuously evolving program for healthy teams and facilities. We currently have several posters and videos with topics that include disinfecting office space, frequently touched objects, break room cleaning, reusing bottles, cleaning versus sanitizing versus disinfecting, and more. During these times of high infection rates, people are now using harsher chemicals to ensure the safety of those walking in the building. Cleaning people should also be protected. That's where PPE comes into play. Personal protective equipment is there to safeguard the well-being of workers, helping mitigate the risk of eye and skin irritation, any respiratory problems, and any other risks that may be caused by hazards. Safety data sheets, or SDS, are required for each hazardous chemical to communicate information on these hazards. It is important for workers to reference the safety data sheet for each chemical being used. According to OSHA, Section 8 of all SDS sheets include recommendations for personal protective measures to prevent illness or injury from exposure to chemicals, as well as any requirements for personal protective equipment. The type of PPE required will depend on the chemical being used. Make sure you check the SDS of the product you are using and where the personal protective equipment is indicated. Not all chemicals require the use of all protective equipment, but when they do, you want to follow the proper donning and doffing order. The sequence for donning, or putting on, is first, protective clothing, second, mask, third, face shield, and fourth, gloves. The sequence for doffing, or taking off, is first, gloves, second, face shield, third, protective clothing, and fourth, your mask. Let's now review how to properly don and doff personal protective equipment in the proper order, as if you were going to need all 4 pieces of equipment. The very first step, no matter if you are going to put on all types of PPE or just 2, is to wash your hands. When donning protective clothing, you want to fully cover your torso from neck to knees, arms to end of wrists, and wrap around your back. Fasten as needed. When donning your mask, you want to secure the ties or elastic bands behind your ears or at the middle of your head and neck. Then fit the flexible band to your nose bridge. Fit snug to your face and below your chin. For face protection, place over your face and eyes and adjust as needed. When donning gloves, extend to cover your wrists where protective clothing is not covering. Now, let's review the steps for taking off your personal protective equipment. When doffing gloves, you need to understand that the outside of your gloves is contaminated. Using a gloved hand, grasp the palm area of your other gloved hand and peel off your glove. While holding removed glove and gloved hand, slide fingers of your ungloved hand under remaining glove at your wrist and peel off second glove over first glove. Discard and waste container. If your hands get contaminated during removal, immediately wash your hands or use hand sanitizer. Just like your gloves, the outside of your face protection is also contaminated. Remove from the back without touching the front. Discard in a waste container if disposable, or place in an appropriate container if reusable. If your hands get contaminated during removal, immediately wash your hands or use hand sanitizer. Again, remember that the outside of your protective clothing is contaminated. Unfasten ties, making sure the sleeves don't contact your body. Touching inside of your protective clothing only, pull clothing away from your body. Discard in a waste container if disposable, or place in an appropriate container if reusable. If your hands get contaminated during removal, immediately wash your hands or use hand sanitizer. Don't forget that the outside of your mask is contaminated. Grab ties or elastic and remove without touching the front. Discard in a waste container. When all personal protective equipment is removed and discarded, immediately wash your hands or use hand sanitizer. All of us here at Nichols want to make sure you and your team stay safe and healthy because we are better together. Thank you for watching this episode of Better Together. For more information about this program, please visit us at enichols.com/bettertogether.